They skipped my name during the family speech, like I was never even born. Everyone clapped for my sister, cheered her name, and held up banners. Me? I just stood there, holding my own diploma, alone. I wasn't even invited to the group photo. If this hit your heart, don't scroll. Hit like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. I was the daughter who didn't matter. That's how it always felt. My sister Megan was the family's golden child. Honors student, cheer captain, got into Stanford. And when she did, my parents sold half their stock portfolio to pay for her tuition up front. There were tears of joy, champagne, a family dinner with candles. When I got into college, silence. Not because I failed, because I didn't. I got into a top business school on my own, after working 2 jobs and doing freelance design at night. But when I brought the acceptance letter to the dinner table, my mom didn't even look up from her phone. My dad just said, "That's great, Emma, but we've already done our part for Megan. You'll figure it out. No loans offered, no guidance, no celebration." So I did figure it out. While Megan flew across the country with designer luggage, I enrolled online. I stacked jobs, waitressed during the day, coded at night, built websites for local restaurants, created branding packages, taught myself marketing. My parents thought I was taking a break from life. They didn't know I was silently building something. Graduation came fast for Megan. The family flew out. Everyone wore matching t-shirts with her face on it. I was invited, as a +1. And then my own graduation came. I didn't tell them. No one knew. I walked the stage of a program they didn't believe in, earning a degree they said wasn't worth anything. But that day, I didn't just walk with a cap and gown. I walked with something else, an opportunity, because the man sitting in the audience clapping wasn't family. He was the CEO of a marketing agency I had secretly worked with for over a year. And right after the ceremony, he handed me an envelope. Inside was a $1.2 million offer to buy the company I had built in silence. But that wasn't even the twist that shook my parents' world. It came minutes later, when Megan's graduation party got interrupted. By me, and the person standing beside me. Everyone turned when I walked in, not because they missed me, but because they didn't expect me at all. I wasn't on the guest list. Megan's party was held at a fancy country club with a live band, champagne towers, and a giant banner that read, "Congrats, Megan, future of the family." I walked in wearing a sleek black suit, not a dress, not heels, power, quiet, cold, and sharp. Beside me was Carter Lang, the CEO who handed me the $1.2 million offer just hours ago. But he wasn't here to celebrate. He was here for business, and business was exactly what shattered the fake smiles that filled the room. Megan's eyes narrowed. "What are you doing here, Emma?" My mom rushed over. "Honey, this isn't the time. This is Megan's moment." Carter extended his hand to Megan with a rehearsed smile. "You must be the Stanford grad. Congratulations. I'm Carter Lang, CEO of Vault Digital. I'm here with Emma. She's the reason our agency grew 300% last year." That single sentence cracked the room like thunder. My uncle, who barely remembered my name, suddenly leaned in. My dad's drink froze halfway to his lips. Megan blinked, fast, trying to calculate what she just heard. My mom laughed nervously. "Wait, our Emma?" Carter nodded. "Yes, Emma built a branding system for our top-tier clients. She owns a tech consultancy we just acquired. Her designs and ad strategies brought in Fortune 500 contracts." Dead. Silence. Then my dad stepped forward, smiling awkwardly. "Emma, why didn't you tell us? You should have said something." I finally spoke. My voice didn't shake. Would it have mattered? You paid Megan's tuition and told me to figure it out. So I did. Megan scoffed. "So what, you're like..." A freelancer with a LinkedIn? Carter stepped forward, placing the final bomb. She's not a freelancer. She's your new boss, Megan. She's heading Vault's next-gen innovation team, the same one we interviewed you for. We just rejected your application yesterday. The room stopped breathing. Megan's face went pale. Wait. What? I looked her dead in the eye. You said I'd never make it, that I'd embarrass the family. Now you'll be answering to me. If you even pass the second interview. My dad tried to cut in. Let's not ruin the day. But I wasn't done. I turned to the crowd. All my life, I was the background character in this family. You told me I wasn't good enough, not smart enough, not worth investing in. But today, you're all standing in the room I now own. Carter added with a smirk. We actually just signed the country club too. Emma's team will be rebranding it next quarter. My mom's mouth fell open. You bought the club? I nodded. With cash. The DJ, sensing the shift, awkwardly started the music again. But the energy was gone. The room wasn't celebrating anymore. They were watching the girl they ignored, crushed, and abandoned. Rise. But this wasn't revenge. This was just the beginning. Because one person hadn't shown their face yet. And when he walked in, everything changed. He walked in wearing a dark navy suit and a stare that could slice through steel. And the moment my parents saw him, they panicked. Emma, what did you do? My dad whispered, his face draining of color. My mom grabbed my arm. Please tell me this is a joke. You didn't really bring him here, did you? But it wasn't a joke. It was justice. The man walking toward us was Daniel Briggs, not just any investor, but the real estate tycoon my parents once tried to scam during a shady investment deal years ago. Back then, they put everything under Megan's name, thinking it would protect them. But it didn't. Daniel never forgot. He just waited. Quietly. Until now. He reached me and shook my hand like an old friend. Emma, so proud of you. You did it. The entire room froze. Megan looked like she'd seen a ghost. Wait. You're... Daniel turned to her coldly. I remember you. You and your parents tried to lock me out of a land deal in Arizona. You cost me 2 years of legal mess. But Emma here? She built the AI platform that fixed my entire portfolio. My dad tried to step forward, hand extended. Mr. Briggs, listen. We were just following what our advisors told us. Daniel didn't even look at him. Save it. I'm not here for small talk. I'm here to finalize a deal with Emma. She's taking over my downtown tech complex. We're making her firm the central hub for all my new ventures. My mom's voice cracked. You're kidding. That property's worth tens of millions. He turned to her. 67 million to be exact. And it's in her name now. I didn't say a word. I just let the silence destroy them. My dad finally lost it. So you're punishing us for not giving you money for college? This is spite? I looked him dead in the eye. No. This is proof. Proof that I never needed your money. I needed your belief. But when you didn't give me that, I built my own empire. Daniel turned to me. We can step outside. Paperwork's in the car. But I paused, staring at Megan, who hadn't spoken in a full minute. Her eyes were red, her shoulders small. Her voice finally came out. Hollow. So, you really rejected my job application? I nodded. Twice. You copied half your answers from LinkedIn templates. I recognized the same resume I wrote for you in high school. She looked shattered. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't smile. I just stepped back, letting them drown in the silence they used to bury me for years. I walked out of that party with Daniel and Carter on either side. Not as a +1, but as the main event. And just when I thought the night was over, Carter leaned toward me and whispered something that sent chills down my spine. "You sure you're ready for what comes next? Because someone else knows your secret, and they're coming for you." I stopped mid-step. "What do you mean someone knows?" Carter didn't smile this time. "Your system, the back-end AI platform you sold us? Someone leaked part of the architecture. It's already showing. Up in beta form across 3 startups. One of them is run by your ex." I froze. Liam. The same guy who ghosted me 2 years ago after pretending to believe in my business. The guy who once sweet-talked me into showing him my early mock-ups and asked, just out of curiosity, how I managed my client automation system. Back then, I thought he was just interested in me. He was interested in my code. I clenched my jaw. "He's not smart enough to replicate it." Carter raised an eyebrow. "True, but he's got money now. VC funding. And according to my sources, he's pitching your stolen platform under a new name. Launch events in 2 days. He's trying to beat you to market." I didn't say anything. I just turned to Daniel and said, "I need access to your legal team, now." We didn't go home after that. We went straight to Daniel's downtown office. Papers flew, NDAs were pulled, data logs were traced, and within hours, we had the evidence, timestamps, code lineage, everything. Liam hadn't just stolen my platform. He had cloned it, renamed it, stripped out branding, and worst of all, uploaded a promotional video where he claimed he built it from scratch while taking time to heal from a toxic ex. I laughed when I saw that, but I didn't cry. Because this time I wasn't just going to win, I was going to bury him. 2 days later, while Liam held his flashy product launch at a luxury rooftop bar, bragging to investors and influencers, we launched ours, 5 hours earlier. No party, no fake smiles. Just results. We offered the full version of our platform for free to his target clients. 90-day trials with full features, client testimonials, and performance metrics Liam couldn't touch. His launch collapsed in real time. Investors backed, out before he even finished his speech. And that same night, Daniel's legal team hit him with a cease and desist, a lawsuit, and a public takedown notice. It was over before it began. And just when he thought it couldn't get worse, I walked in, not to gloat, just to deliver the final words. "You built your whole company on stolen code, but the one thing you can't replicate is me." He didn't respond. Couldn't. The cameras caught every second of his breakdown. It was over the news the next morning. Tech CEO exposed for theft. Original creator speaks out. The video went viral. Millions of views. My inbox exploded. Within a week, I was offered a keynote at the largest tech conference in the country. I walked on stage, not as Emma, the forgotten sister, but as Emma Hale, founder of Hale Tech, a multi-million-dollar AI firm now backed by 2 of the biggest names in the country. And before I ended my speech, I said something I had written years ago, but never dared to say out loud. They thought I was invisible. But the ones you ignore the longest learn to build in silence. The difference is, when we finally speak, the world listens. The crowd stood, cheering, crying. But back home, Megan, Mom, and Dad watched it unfold from a screen. For once, they saw me. Not as a disappointment, not as the background, but as the one they couldn't control and could never catch again. And I didn't need revenge anymore because I had something much better: power, peace, and the final word. Emma,